So why am I gaining weight when starting a strength training workout program? Good question. I see this oftentimes in females when maybe their history of training was more cardio based, more circuit based, more kind of sweat equity based, and they go to a more traditional strength training program where they're lifting heavy, they're resting between sets, and they're challenging the principles of progressive overload, means getting heavier in weight, more sets, more reps over time. But we still attach that morality to the scale. Why is the scale going up? Some trainers might tell you, oh, you're gaining muscle. The scale went up 4 pounds in the first 4 weeks. You're gaining muscle. Look at that. I'm going to break it to you here. You don't gain muscle that fast naturally. All right. If we're talking a chemically enhanced athlete, totally different. If you gain 4 pounds in 4 weeks when starting a strength training program, there's so many variables at play here. Here's what's most likely going on. One, you're creating tons of new muscular damage that your body may not be used to because you are challenging yourself. You're getting these little micro tears in your muscles. That's how muscles grow. I know it sounds scary, micro tears, scary, damage, ugh, but that's how we grow. But here's the second component of that. When we get those tears, our body has to repair them. How does it repair them? It causes inflammation. Inflammation is often a scary word too. Inflammation's bad. That's a normal process. Our body sends messengers to our muscles to repair, to rebuild. But the only way they can get there is through this inflammatory process, which pulls water in. Lots of things go to the site to repair. So if you gain a couple pounds in your first few weeks of a new strength training program, it's probably not muscle. It's probably just a total inflammatory response to a whole new stimulus on your muscles. So what do? We stay the course. We make sure that we're recovering because, again, when we train, when we work out, we're breaking down our muscles. This is a stressor. Our muscles are repaired through proper diet, through proper recovery, sleep. That's when we recover and build muscle. Now, what we see most often is after 4 to 6 weeks, weight gain will plateau. And then, depending on your diet, because remember, diet drives all, if we're in a slight deficit, it'll start coming down. If we're in a surplus, a very slight surplus, it may keep going up. And at that point, after 4 to 6 weeks at the soonest, then you may start gaining muscle. But even then, we're talking grams per week, not pounds per week, not quarter pounds per week. We're talking grams per week. Maybe if you're lucky, depending on your lifting history, we're talking a quarter to a half pound a month. So at this point, if you're still gaining weight, then it's time to check your diet and make sure that you're not eating in a surplus and you're hitting your goals, whatever your goals may be. And the last thing that I just want to remind everyone of is the scale doesn't tell the whole story. So make sure you're checking measurements, you're checking progress pictures, but also assessing other things because we've talked about this before in other talks. Maybe it's not the time to be losing weight on the scale. How many people are always trying to lose weight? Maybe right now is a good time to focus on strength numbers going up. With strength numbers going up, maybe my sleep's getting better. Maybe my energy during the day is getting better. All of those metrics that nobody thinks about because we put so much power on our weight. So it's a multifactorial issue, but just don't forget those things. So I hope this helps if you had that question.